So my first question is, what is Reiki healing? So if you could just explain it briefly.
Yeah, so Reiki is it's a Japanese energy healing modality, and it means universal life force energy is what Reiki translates to. And so the idea behind Reiki is that this universal life force energy exists around us at all times. So it exists in the space between you and between I, and in this whole room. It's essentially in the air that you breathe. Even the air that you breathe in yoga is called prana, which is the movement of life force energy. So when you're having a Reiki session with someone, they're being a conduit of sorts for that energy. There's different lineages of training that you can do from different Reiki teachers. And so kind of depending on the type of Reiki that you do, that's how you get trained into the lineage that you are practicing. So the Reiki that I do is traditional Reiki by Dr. Usui, is the creator of it. And we use Reiki to balance your energy field. So every living being has an electromagnetic field. The earth has that same field. And so we're tapping into that field within you to restore balance and to kind of bring you back to a space of vibrancy that promotes wealth, or not wealth, but health, well-being, harmony, you know, all those sorts of things that people kind of search for in their lives, in terms of just, sometimes people will come for a session and it's just about, you know, I want to learn how to calm down my breath and to just be still and to clear my mind. You know, that's kind of at the base level that we get to when we first start practicing Reiki. But then we can start to go deeper, the deeper of a connection that you build with yourself, and then you can start to take your healing on different levels as well. Because we store our entire biography, our entire history is stored in our DNA, it's stored in our bodies. And sometimes when we go through experiences, we hold on to those experiences on a physical level in our body. I really view Reiki as kind of a preventative energy medicine, you know, if you wanted to name it something. So it can be used to help restore physical pain. Like if you have physical pain, it can help to ease that. It can help to bring back emotional balance. And it can also support in a release, you know, so if there's something that you've been holding on to, you know, any past trauma, fear, worry, any of those things we can start to release so that we don't have any of that weighing us down.
It's so cool that you also spoke about benefits. That's amazing. I also was wondering, how do you find your master? Because I found you on Instagram.
I know.
But I saw your profile and I sort of vibed with you, and I was like, oh, I hope she replies. Like,
how to determine who's good?
Yeah.
You just have to base it honestly with the feeling that you get, and base it on that energy, because you can see someone online, but I think you have to kind of get an idea and a sense of that person to just see if you are if you're feeling good and balanced with them, because you're pretty, you know, in touch with your intuition, so you kind of know right away if you walk into a situation and you're feeling a little bit skeptical, or if you walk into a situation and you kind of light up and you're kind of, you know, excited. You have to go with your own gut instinct. You can look for a certification, but that's not necessarily something that they're gonna, they might say certified practitioner. There's different levels to Reiki too, so you know, if you know a friend that has just been certified in Reiki and they want to gain practice, they're a good person to practice with, so that they can, you know, but you want to look for a Reiki master, I would say. If you're looking for like a one-on-one session, you want to have someone that's level 3 master. It just means that they have a bit more experience, but it's definitely, you have to base it off of your vibe, the energy that you feel with that person, kind of.
How did you get into it?
I got into it from my mother. Oh, wow. Yeah, my mom is certified in Reiki as well, and it's a practice that, you know, she used to do growing up. So, you know, I would observe her not doing actual sessions, but just hearing about, oh yeah, like I'm feeling stressed out, I'm gonna go to Reiki, or, you know, I'm like, okay. And then I got curious myself, so I was like, I want to do a session. So I just started doing sessions when I was in high school, and I found it really, I found it really therapeutic. I never had any form of traditional like talk therapy, psychotherapy, but there's been some big challenges in my life that I've gone through. So I think I was just searching for something that I resonated with. And after I had my first Reiki session, the way I felt afterwards, and to just realize that that's a state of being that you can achieve all on your own, and you can access that state of being at any time. And the kind of goal of your journey is to try and stay in that state for as consistent a time as possible. So then that becomes your new normal in a sense. Sometimes we can get a little complacent with our internal world, with our emotions, and we don't realize that it's actually possible to not live with fear. It's possible to not have anxiety. It's possible to just feel joy from nothing, to just feel happiness just because that's your natural state of being. I truly believe that. I didn't intend to really become a teacher. I just did it for my own healing and wanting to learn deeper. And every modality that I've studied, it's always been for that reason of I'm just have this curiosity of how can I heal myself and start dabbling in all these different things. Definitely bring in different modalities to my session as well, and I think that's something to also look for if you're looking for a healer, is seeing if they are, have a background in multiple healing modalities, because then they can kind of draw and really make the session unique and kind of pull on those different things that they've learned. I've also studied East Indian face massage, aromatherapy, medicine wheel ceremony.
A lot of things. So you sort of go around it, you go really deep into your research, and then you can reapply all these practices. Yeah, at a certain point it just becomes together. Exactly. I think that's why we're also seeing such an expansion of so many people starting to offer these services and then becoming more popular, is because when you start to tap in to these practices, you want to share them. If you see that shift within yourself, and that you can just teach someone a little, tiny thing, and it can really shift their perspective, or maybe lead them, on a path of deeper inquiry. That's kind of, I think, why a lot of people start to get into doing it. Like why I'm here now, I'm just I have to share this. I feel selfish if I don't share. I love bringing everything just back to basics, back to simplicity, because we can get super deep, in one particular area, subject of healing, of going deeper and deeper, deeper. Now we're doing healing on the cellular level, and it's we're going to even try and go deeper than the cellular level. What does that type of healing look like? But it's just, at the end of the day, they all lead you back to a place of just happiness, stillness, joy. And it's also where we start to tap into our own ability to self-heal. So you don't need anything. You don't need me. You don't need singing bowls. You don't need, meditation, yoga. We need those things to guide us there. And so yeah. I'm so excited to share all of this. I'm excited to try this.